All right, let's take a look at the marquee game going on Sunday. 49ers are playing the Broncos. Denver opened 6 up to 7 now. 49.5 was the total, and it's now up to a 51. It's a potential Super Bowl preview. Certainly a clash of styles. The 49ers run first team with that great defense. The Broncos have that no huddle offense to try and wear opponents down. Right now this Denver offense, the whole Denver team actually looks similar to a year ago. They're mostly passing, but they were the best team in the AFC last year. They kind of look like that again. 15 touchdowns for Manning, only 3 picks. And the defense, which broke down with injuries late last year, they're healthy. They're deeper than they were a year ago. And they're playing an NFC West team here that has the reputation of a physical, powerhouse, tough defensive teams, and 3 of the NFC West teams are. Well, they've already played 2 of them, and one of them they beat Arizona 41-20, rolled up 568 yards against a very good Arizona defense. And Manning had almost 500 yards passing alone in that. And they come off a game against the Jets, 31-17. They allowed just 204 total yards. It was a lucky cover at the end. So Harvard, right now, Denver appears to have everything rolling.
Well, Denver's supposed to have everything rolling. That's what they paid for. I think they're focused from getting blown out last year in the Super Bowl. I think they were well represented when they played in Seattle a couple of weeks ago. And I'll tell you what, looking at the second half of that San Francisco game last night, this team, like you said, they're a run-first offense. And I'll tell you right now, they're getting their offense back. They're also going to get a couple of key players back in a few weeks on defense. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Run first and just stay out of trouble. And who wouldn't want to run first when you got Frank Gore averaging 5 yards per carry? I mean, run him twice and there's a first down in my math. You don't need any more than that. Manning, he needs, I think, 3 touchdowns to break Brett Favre's record, 505 or 5 something for the most touchdowns. And I'm going to go with the over 51. Here you got a team that's 53-25 on the over, and since Peyton Manning has been there, 26-14. But when you stop and talk about the tools that each side has, all you got to do is just go down the list of names. You got Bolden, Crabtree, Kaepernick, Frank Gore. For Denver, obviously you got Peyton Manning, Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas. I mean, these are key names that just start putting points up. They're like 2 offensive machines. Even though Denver has that real fast, no huddle offense. You got Manning, really focused this year. San Francisco, their offense is coming back. Great balance. I don't even care about the defenses on this particular game. San Francisco probably will be doing a little bit of look ahead and just get out there and just score. And I think you can score on this Denver team, especially a good team like San Francisco. So let's go with the over 51, sit back, and just root for both teams to score and see what happens.
All right, well, this San Francisco defense has been impressive, and on offense, Colin Kaepernick providing a little more balance than they've had in recent years. They've eked up to 18th in the NFL in passing. He's got 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. What has surprised me, though, is this 49er defense. Injuries and suspensions coming into the season. Here they are, 2nd against the pass, 5th against the run. They're 10-3 against the spread on the road when they play on natural grass like this, 13-1 against the spread. So, Zach, you had the 49ers as a big play on Monday night. Do they have the kind of defense and physical play needed to hang with this talented Broncos offense?
Yeah, one of my keys in sports betting is you can't go back to the same team the following week. So I want to put this in as a strong play on the 49ers, but I do like them. Colin Kaepernick has some things going, but he also is getting away with some bad decisions. You saw him against the Rams, almost gave up a couple of bad plays. I'm not sure what Jim Harbaugh was thinking towards the end of that game, going for it 2 times on 4th and 1. Very questionable moves, but San Francisco, they've had a good schedule this year. They beat the Cowboys, beat the Eagles, Kansas City. So I think they have the stronger schedule so far, but obviously it's only 6 games in. So what I'm going to look at here is what I'm seeing from the Denver Broncos. They're not handling the pressure very well. Peyton Manning, I'm seeing a lot of short-arm throws. Doesn't look like he's on the same page with Emmanuel Sanders. The running game, Ronnie Hillman, a little iffy there. So what I'm going to look at the first time on this show, I'm going to look at the first half because I'm noticing Peyton Manning is having problems coming out of the gate. And I'm at the sports book on Sundays, and there's a for you when these Denver Broncos are barely covering before the half. They did it against the Jets. They were down against Seattle. They got the cover in the first half against KC barely. It was 21-10. This is the week where I'm going to look at the first half and take San Francisco. Should be plus 3.5, plus 4. I think San Francisco gets out early in the first quarter, maybe gets that early touchdown, and should be secure going into that second quarter. So for the first time on this show, take San Francisco plus the points first half. Second half is going to be a toss-up because with Manning, for some reason or another, he finds a way to get it done. So I don't want to take that in the second half, especially with Kaepernick getting away with a few miscues lately.
He certainly does. You know, Denver's lone loss, that was to a great defensive team and a gifted mobile quarterback, similar to what they're playing here today. That was a 26-20 loss to Seattle. That game against a great defense, they had 296 total yards. They turned it over twice, 6 of 16 on third down. And then the rush defense allowed 129 yards. That's a concern as San Francisco was so talented and physical up front. Great offensive line and a running, attacking quarterback who was enormous, so tough to bring down. 49ers, when they play on grass, 30-13-1 against the spread, 10-3 ATS on the road. And Denver, last 7 home games, 2-5 against the spread. So I will go with the big dog here, the defense, to keep it close. All right, before we get to
one other thing too on that, what Zach was talking about, you know, right now it's easy, or not easy, but you know, it's okay to handicap that first half. But look at the Monday night game. There's no way in the world. They were down 14-0, but you could start to see the momentum change right before the end of the first half. That's what you got to look for before you bet the second half, if that's the way you want to take that. You know, bet San Francisco on that first half, and then watch for the last couple minutes. Watch that momentum swing. When that long pass came in last night, you just knew. In fact, the second half line was -7. They were just balancing the books and begging you to take St. Louis plus 7 points for the second half. But yet, odds makers don't give away free money. They're not going to let you just take a wheelbarrow and a snow shovel and just start shoveling out free cash. There was a huge momentum change. There were some adjustments made in this, and the odds makers know what they're talking about. So people like the odds makers, and then there's handicappers like Zach and Jim Feist and John and myself. We sit there and we look at games real close like that, and then go ahead and say, wow, -7. If it makes you throw up like it did me last night to lay 7 points for the second half, that you know you have the right side. So I took advantage of that momentum swing and that last play of the first half.
Yeah, did you throw up at the Buffalo game too, with the wings
only
in the final?
Those wings, they, you know, I know why they call them wings, so they'll fly away before you eat them or something, you know.